What's up guys, Zami here and you're watching Heavy Metal Pomp. So I recently picked up this used DualShock 4 from the 20th anniversary release. I've always wanted one of these cause I really like the PS1 colors. I bought this used for about 58 Singapore dollars and I thought I was getting a pretty good deal considering how these go for about $200 brand new on Amazon. However, when this arrived in the mail, I was pretty disappointed with the cosmetic condition cause it really wasn't taken care of well. I can look past the dirt buildup in the crevices and all the minor scuffs, but there's some slight deformation next to the D-pad and left analog, and the rear label sticker is peeling around the corners. Even the screws are all oxidized, so you can tell that this controller was heavily used and abused. Thankfully, it still works fine. I tested it out briefly last night, all the buttons seem to register and respond like normal, and is able to charge as well. I'm also really happy that the PlayStation button still looks good, cause if it didn't, it's gonna be hard to replace just like the rear label. I thought I'd shoot a quick video of me cleaning this up, and I'm also going to replace the face buttons and analog sticks. I have two donor controllers that need repairing, but some of their parts look better than the ones on the PS1 DualShock 4, so I'm gonna swap them out. FYI, these 20th anniversary DualShock 4s are Gen 1 controllers as well as these two donor controllers. Gen 2 DualShock 4s are slightly different, so it's worth noting if you're gonna be doing this as well. First up, let's open up the controller and give it a good cleaning. These should be pretty easy to open. On the back, you'll see 4 Phillips head screws. I'm just gonna go ahead and unscrew these. Once that's done, carefully pry it apart from the bottom. You should see a ribbon cable that's connected to the board from the back housing. Just gently pull that out and put the back housing aside. Lift up the battery and again, gently pull out the connector. There's one more ribbon cable near the top. Gently wiggle it out and then unscrew the motherboard. Make sure to push the ribbon cable through the hole before lifting the motherboard out. Now that it's pretty much dissected, I can go ahead and remove the buttons, membranes, and light bar and take the front and back housing to wash in the sink. Okay, so I've washed the controller housing and now it's just out to dry. I've also gone ahead and disassembled the donor controllers and cleaned up the parts that I'll be using from them with 99% isopropyl alcohol. I took the face buttons and touchpad from the black controller and the analog sticks and light bar from the camo controller. Now would also be a good time to clean up the contacts and ports on the motherboard to remove any dust and dirt that's hidden inside. Replacing the sticks is really easy, just pull them out and you can put the new ones back in. They just have a specific orientation to line up, but it goes in easy. You can easily remove the triggers to replace them as well. Once the housing is fully dry, we can go ahead and assemble the controller back together. Put all the face buttons in the respective holes, not forgetting the share, options, and PlayStation buttons as well. Put the touchpad back inside and now we can put the main board back in. Just make sure to push the ribbon cable through the hole and then carefully reconnect it to the board. Screw the board down and reconnect the battery. Reassemble the light bar to the back housing. Connect the ribbon cable to the board and put the controller back together. Screw everything back together and it's pretty much done. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the end result of the controller. While it's not in perfect condition, it definitely looks better than how I first got it. Not only is it clean and free of grime, but replacing some of the parts also helped to make it look less beat up overall. Sadly, there's not much I could do about the rear label, so I'm just gonna have to deal with it. On the bright side, I feel less guilty playing with the controller because of how used it is. If I got one fresh out of the box, I'd probably just have it displayed somewhere instead of actually using it. The controller still works great. I've been using it with my PS2 setup and I've no complaints so far. I'm very happy to have this in my collection. Anyways, I hope you liked watching this video and maybe even found it useful somehow. I know the controller wasn't perfectly refurbished, but it might come in handy for those who face similar issues as I did. I'll also talk more about my PS2 setup in a much later video. Until then, leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, all that YouTube nonsense, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching.